Hello students, in this video we have discussed optimum capital structure. If we talk about the optimum capital structure, a capital mix offering the guarantee of optimum returns and ensuring the protection of owners' interest is said to be optimum capital structure. This is also called sometimes as balanced or ideal capital structure. It is also true that the owner's interest may be protected only when the capital mix will minimize the overall cost of capital and maximize the market value of shares held by the owners. However, optimum capital structure is a theoretical concept and a particular optimum capital structure cannot be thought for all types of companies. One can think of such capital structure with reference to given a circumstances of a particular company. Therefore, in practice, appropriate capital structure is desirable to each and every firm. It is mandatory or it is important to all the firms. If they want to survive in a long term in a market, then they have required optimum capital structure. If we talk about the optimum capital structure, then we have required these kind of essential characteristics, features, or for a good or sound capital structure. First one is simplicity. If we talk about the simplicity with reference to capital structure, signifies the raising of funds through minimum possible types of security. If a large number of securities are included in the capital mix from the very beginning, there may be problem in future in raising further capital. Therefore, it is very essential to keep capital structure very simple in the initial stage. Moreover, simplicity should not give way to any kind of cheapness in the capital structure. It is often said that from the liquidity point of view, variable dividend securities and preference shares should be issued in the initial stage and later on debentures should be issued. We have a simply process. First is the equity, after that we go to the preference shares, and in the last we have adopted the debentures options. Second one is flexibility. Flexibility means the ability to meet the changing conditions. Capital structure should not be rigid in itself, since capital structure is designed not only for immediate needs but also to meet the future long-term needs. It must contain an element of flexibility so that necessary changes according to change condition may be incorporated. New sources of funds may be included in the period of business expansion and appropriate reduction is made in the period of depression or recession. Next one is maximum return. The capital structure must provide maximum profit to shareholders. Really speaking, equity shareholders beside the ownership, they have also bear the risk of investments. Therefore, the capital structure must guarantee maximum profit to them. It is a fact that expected maximum profit depend upon the managerial competency and efficiency. Yet, profits can be enhanced by keeping the cost of capital as low as possible. Next one is minimum cost of capital. Each source of capital involves a cost in terms of dividend, interest and floating charges. It is also true that the cost of each sources differs. Some sources have high cost and some are of low cost. Thus, that capital mix should be selected which involves overall minimum total cost. One may use the weighted average cost of capital for this purpose. Next one is minimum risk. An optimum capital structure should be such as to involve minimum risk of all types, that is a natural risk, financial risk, business risk, business competition, increase in tax rate, changes in prices, changes in interest rate, changes in the cost, natural climates, etc. are example of events involving such risk, which may adversely affect the capital structure. Thus, while designing the capital structure, the effects of such risk should be kept at possible minimum level. Normally, first-class securities are included in capital mix for keeping risk at minimum level. Next one is maximum control. Since in the case of company, preference shareholders and debentures holders do not have voting rights, equity shareholders have the right to control over the business concerned. However, under special circumstances, preference shareholders and debenture holders may get voting rights. It must be taken into account while designing the capital structure that the controlling rights of equity shareholders are not diluted in any form. An optimum balance between voting rights and non-voting rights should be maintained by us. Adequate liquidity. Although liquidity is more concerned with assets structure, yet capital structure should ensure adequate liquidity. This can be done by investing reasonable portion of capital in liquid assets. Commensurate to legal requirement, almost in all countries, suitable legislations have been passed to provide a suitable mixed ratio between different types of securities comprising the capital structure. Security Exchange Board of India in our country has also emphasized on a particular debt equity ratio. Thus, it is expected that capital structure should be according to the legal norms set by the respective legislation. These all are the basic needs or basic features which have required to optimum capital structure. Thank you class to listen carefully. In our next video, we have discussed the topic of theories of capital structure. Thank you once again to all of you.